The Dryad's Crown is an epic fantasy adventure. It's a story about love and loss and one woman's strange connection to the natural world. Dryad's Crown is an independently published book written by me, David Hopkins. It's been originally produced as a series of novellas. It'll be 9 novellas. I have just published, as of today, book 6. 7, 8, and 9 are being written right now, and I will have them available in early 2023. The hope is that I will then take all 9 of those novellas, crush them together into one large novel, which will be called The Dryad's Crown. And I will be releasing that as a paperback, an ebook, and an audiobook later in 2023. In this video, I want to make just a few announcements of some things that I'm excited about regarding the book and its publication, and things that I'm just excited to share with you. So why don't we get started with that? First of all, let's hold on just a second. Oh, there we go. First of all, I want to share that book 6, as I said previously, is available today. It's only 99 cents on Amazon. You can go on Amazon and just search for the book title, A Lonely Traveler from Alara Brook, or you can go to dryadscrown.com, which that link will redirect you to the series page on amazon.com. If you live in another country, you'll have to go to the Amazon marketplace page of that country, of course. But this is the cover that was designed by my lovely wife, April. And the book takes place at sea. It's a seafaring adventure in book 6. And you'll notice that there's a little bit more of a watery theme in this cover. I really like this one. And this one, I'll admit, book 6 was pretty tough to write. It took me a long time to really get it just right. But I've been very happy with what came out of it. So I think you'll enjoy it as well. It definitely is sort of a turning point or a pivot point in the story between really the first half and the second half of the book. And parts like that can get a little bit slow, but I actually think that this is one of the stronger parts of the Dryad's Crown story. Let's see what else we have announcement-wise. All right, books 1 through 5 are free today. You heard that correct. If you go to dryadscrown.com, if you haven't purchased any of the books, today is a great day to do it. In fact, this is the first time that I have made all the books in the series, with the exception of the most recent book, absolutely free for a limited time. So if you go to dryadscrown.com now, you can get books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completely free. Now, if you do not have a Kindle, you don't have to actually have a Kindle reader. I've got mine somewhere around here. You don't really need that, because you can actually download the app to your phone and you can read the books from there. If you're not used to reading books from your phone, I promise you it's not as hard as you think. Yes, I know people love the feeling of holding that book in your hands, but you actually spend a lot of time on your phone, I'm guessing. Reading novellas in particular, I think you'll find read very well on an ebook, and they read fine on a phone. Now, if you really, really, really need that paperback, don't worry. It's coming, but next year. If you can't wait, books 1 through 5 are available free, as I've said today, and book 6 is only 99 cents. With other announcements, The Dryad's Crown is also an illustrated series. Every book has at least one full-page illustration done by Daniel Irving DeSena, who is an amazing artist. And I wanted to show you here, none of these are the final pieces that will appear in book. This is actually the illustration for book 7, which is already written, but hasn't been released yet. So this is not the final art, but I wanted to show you the process that Daniel goes through and the pieces that he sends me. So you'll see over on the left-hand side one of the earliest sketches. That is of Silbury on the left, Maricel on the right, and then as he adds detail until we get to that image in the center which is almost done. He still needs to add the background in these pieces, but they absolutely look gorgeous, particularly when you're able to zoom in and see just some of the amazing detail work that he puts on things like the fur coat, the braiding of the hair. It's really quite impressive. Working with Daniel has been just an absolute joy. And yeah, I think it only makes the Dryad's Crown experience all that richer when you get these illustrations. That's one of the things I love about fantasy, is that you do get these wonderful visuals that can kind of ground your imagination while also kind of sending you off in different directions. I can't explain it, but for me, fantasy is a wonderful genre for illustration. Other announcements. This might look a little bit mysterious, but what you are looking at here is actually an extreme close-up on the cover for the paperback and audiobook versions of the Dryad's Crown. This is kind of a preview. It's all I can show you of that cover just yet, but I'm very excited about it. So April, my lovely wife, has been designing the novellas. For the paperback and audiobook version, we're going to do a completely different cover idea, and here's some of it, very, very close up. As I said, I'm not ready to show the cover yet, but the art is done by Calvin Nichols, who is a Canadian sculptor, and his medium is paper. Yes, he actually sculpts paper, gets out his X-Acto knife, and very meticulously carved. So what you are looking at here is not a computer-generated image. It's not an AI image. This is the work of a very skilled hand carving paper to create these amazing images. So this is Calvin Nichols. He's done the artwork, and I can't wait to show it to you because it is absolutely beautiful. And Raina Violet is the designer of the book. She is just an amazing, experienced book designer, which I'm very excited for her to be taking this art and then adding the text and the design elements, the typography, just to make it look absolutely stunning. And I can't wait to show that to you. Something else I'm very excited about. As I mentioned, The Dryad's Crown is going to be an audiobook. It's narrated by Lindsay Dorcas, a very talented audiobook narrator who has worked both for indie publishers and traditional publishers. But if you're going to have an audiobook, if you're going to use something that requires your ears, why not have music in it? I love audiobooks, and I love audiobooks that open and close with a score, with some sort of composition, some music to really lead me into the book and then lead me out as well. I'm very fortunate in that a former student of mine, Nolan Robertson, who is also a very gifted composer, I don't know how it happened. I got lucky, I guess. Nolan has agreed to write an original score for the Dryad's Crown that is going to be at the beginning of the audiobook and at the end. So this is original music written specifically for the Dryad's Crown by my former student and really just a phenomenal composer, Nolan Robertson. So excited to announce that. All right, and this is really one of the big announcements, 9/6/23. This is the release date for the paperback and the audiobook. I've been saying that, yes, the paperback and the audiobook would come out later in the year. This is the date that we're targeting. I've been working very, very carefully over the past few months, trying to figure out when would be a reasonable release date for the paperback audiobook, and September 6th, 2023. This is factoring in time to get out advanced reader copies. This is giving me time to solicit reviews through things like NetGalley, to send off copies to various publications that are in the fantasy industry, giving me plenty of time to do promotion and to get the word out. I mean, this is part of the promotion, is telling you 9/6/23. That's the date. Mark it on your calendar. This is the release date for the Dryads Crown. Hopefully. If you want to, sometimes by declaring your plans, you got to knock on wood and hope that the world doesn't have different plans for you. But if nothing else goes wrong, if the world does not end in a ball of flames, 9/6/2023 should be the release date. And finally, this has nothing to do with the Dryads Crown, but it is absolutely worth mentioning. If you live in the North Texas region, if you live in Dallas, Fort Worth, within 100 miles and in any direction of those two cities, you should come to Arlington tomorrow, September 16th at 7 p.m. The address is there, 304 West Main Street in Arlington. That's in downtown Arlington. I would highly recommend come to Cake and Prose. It's a literary event that celebrates local talent. And tomorrow we are celebrating the work of my friend, Bonnie Stufflebeam. Bonnie Stufflebeam has released 2 books, a short story collection and then a novella just recently. And we're going to read selections from those books. We have actors that will be reading those parts. We even have live music by Carlos Ramos. And then during intermission, there will be cake. This cake is by Brown Sugar Vegan. It is vegan cake and it tastes delicious. All of this is made possible by Liberty Marketing, which is sponsoring the event to make sure that all of the talented people involved get paid. If you come to this, please bring bring your card or some cash to buy the book, because you will be able to get it signed by Bonnie while you're there. This is going to be just a super, super fun literary event, and it takes place, if you're watching this on the day that I released the video, September 17th. If you watch this after September 17th, you missed it. It was so much fun. But there will be more Cake and Prose for you to attend, so kind of keep your ear to the ground. Follow Arlington or createarlington.com for more information so that you can catch the next one that comes up, which will feature Kayla Olson. I guess that's also an announcement. So Bonnie Stufflebeam in September. Kayla Olson will be our next author in January. And there you have it. Let me get right here. There are my announcements for the Dryads Crown. If you have any other questions, go to davidhopkins.com, or go to dryadscrown.com to learn more about the series, to learn more about me as an author. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.